The word for castle in Spanish is castillo. Castillo. C-A-S-T-I-L-L-O. Castillo. El castillo, the castle. How would you say you can see the castle? Puedes ver el castillo. Puedes ver el castillo. In Spanish, we can also say, instead of you can, we can say one can if we're talking about something in general. So, for example, if you go to this town, one can see the castle, or one can see a castle. And one can is se puede. Se puede. S-E, se, and puede. So, se puede, one can. Se puede. How would you say you can go to the beach, or one can go to the beach? Se puede ir a la playa. Se puede ir a la playa. How would you ask the question, can one change money here? So, can you change money here? Or the impersonal, can one change money here? ¿Se puede cambiar dinero aquí? ¿Se puede cambiar dinero aquí? And what about, can you or can one hire a car here? Can one hire a car here? And the word for to hire or to rent is alquilar. Alquilar. A-L-Q-U-I-L-A-R. Alquilar. So can one rent a car here? ¿Se puede alquilar un coche aquí? ¿Se puede alquilar un coche aquí? If we want to say you can or one can hire bicycles, bicicletas, one can hire bicycles, we say se pueden alquilar bicicletas. Se pueden alquilar bicicletas. And just notice that because we're talking plural, bicicletas, then we're changing se puede to se pueden. Because in effect we're saying they can be hired, they can be rented. So instead of se puede, one can, they can be hired. Se pueden. So se pueden alquilar bicicletas. Bicycles can be hired, or one can hire bicycles. How would you say one can see museums, or museums can be seen? Se pueden ver museos. Se pueden ver museos. What about one can do a lot of things, or one can do many things? And a lot of things, or many things, are muchas cosas. Muchas cosas. So cosas, things, C-O-S-A-S, cosas, muchas cosas. So you can do lots of things, or one can do lots of things. And remember, it's plural, so the can has to be the they can. Se pueden hacer muchas cosas. Se pueden hacer muchas cosas. How would you say one can hire cars? Or you can hire cars, or cars can be hired. Se pueden alquilar coches. Se pueden alquilar coches. So, se puede. And se pueden if it's plural, what one can do. We know the word for to work is trabajar, trabajar, but if it's to work as in a device which functions or doesn't function, then the to work is funcionar, funcionar. So if we want to say it doesn't work, we say no funciona, no funciona. It doesn't work. No funciona. They don't work. No funcionan. No funcionan. What about the television? Doesn't work. La televisión no funciona. What about the television doesn't work? Can something be done? So in other words, can one do something? Can you do something, or can one, impersonal, in general, do something? How would we say that? La televisión no funciona. ¿Se puede hacer algo? La televisión no funciona. ¿Se puede hacer algo? And how would we say, the lift doesn't work? The lift doesn't work. And the lift is something that ascends, and it's un ascensor. Un ascensor is a lift, spelt A-S-C-E-N-S-O-R, un ascensor. So how would we say the lift doesn't work? El ascensor no funciona. El ascensor no funciona. And what would it be in the plural? The lifts don't work. Los ascensores no funcionan. Los ascensores no funcionan. How do we say there is a problem with the room? The key doesn't work. There is a problem with the room. The key doesn't work. And the key is la llave. La llave. And llave is feminine. La llave. Double L-A-V-E. La llave. So how do we say there is something wrong with the room? The key doesn't work. Hay un problema con la habitación. Hay un problema con la habitación. La llave no funciona. La llave no funciona. To say it wasn't working, you can say no estaba funcionando, no estaba funcionando, but it's much more common to say no funcionaba, no funcionaba, to use that aba tense, which means it didn't used to, or it didn't work over a certain amount of time. It wasn't working. So, no funcionaba, it wasn't working. How would we say the lift wasn't working? El ascensor no funcionaba. El ascensor no funcionaba. And how would we say the heating wasn't working? The heating wasn't working. And the word for the heating is la calefacción. La calefacción. La calefacción. And la calefacción, the heating, is spelt C-A-L-E-F-A-C-C-I-O with an accent N. La calefacción. How would we say the heating wasn't working? La calefacción no funcionaba. La calefacción no funcionaba. And how would we say I was cold because the heating wasn't working? I was cold because the heating wasn't working. And remember, we say instead of I was cold, I had cold. Tuve frío. Tuve frío. It's also possible to say tenía frío, because you might be talking about over a period of time. So, tuve frío porque la calefacción no funcionaba. And what about the light wasn't working and I couldn't see? The light wasn't working and I couldn't see. And the light is la luz. La luz, L-U-Z, la luz. So the light wasn't working and I couldn't see. La luz no funcionaba y no pude ver. La luz no funcionaba y no pude ver.